Wesley, tell us about the business model for film.
Yeah, it's a really incredibly vast question, right, to ask about the business model of film. I guess there's a lot of things. So I think film, like anything else, is a startup. I think you're trying to find some kind of when I look at it creatively, I'm gonna first talk about a little bit when you're thinking about an idea for film. It's like thinking about an idea for startup. You're trying to figure out a market failure. You're trying to figure out something. I like to use the phrase like original and accessible. Like that's always been the motto like of what films I want to make. Because when you're making something accessible, usually it's not original because like the most accessible films, because if it's been done a lot, that means and like the movies that work probably have been done a lot. They probably aren't new, right? And also the movies that are original, they're probably not accessible because they haven't been done before. It's just kind of like in the definition. But to find both is basically finding something like a market failure. You're trying to find something that no one has ever done before, but it's going to work for a vast audience. And so that's like basically a startup. And so when you're around these people at Harvard that are basically just doing startups all day, like half of my friends are just working on the next like cancer treatment or some kind of like biotech or like B2B, like anything basically. And so film to me has always been kind of like trying to find an idea that will spark something in the world. And so in terms of the business model, in terms of getting more specifics, it's I think things are obviously changing a lot. So with streaming, obviously things have moved a lot, and with WGA, I think the COVID, like all these strikes, it's just symptoms for this larger problem that we have, where because like writers aren't getting enough, these executives aren't getting enough. It feels like there's just a smaller piece of the pie. And I think social media is a big change that has been happening. And I think it's still underrepresented in the market, where it's like almost like we don't even know the effects that it's going to have, because it's taken away so much. Film and TV used to have a monopoly on leisure, but it doesn't really have anymore. And I think that is a problem that needs to be solved. And it's something I've been trying to do, I think there's a middle point of trying to combine short-term and long-term content. I mean, short form and long form content. And I've been speaking with this company called Creator Plus. That's one that's interesting. And so just trying to find a new kind of business model, because I feel like the existing ones aren't working right now, basically.
Wow, you're disrupting the film industry. I love it.
Yeah.
That's great, much
Slowly.
needed.
I think right now I'm trying to get at least very good at the field that I'm in, but still try to learn as much as possible. And that's why I'm studying economics at Harvard and studying like just how the world works, just learning more and talking to people, because I think that will help me in the future. Once I become the best and the top of my specific industry, which is film, I'll have value to a lot of other people who are some of the top at their industries, and we can work together to find something, to build like basically an enterprise that will solve a problem at its core.
Love that. That's exactly what we're, all trying to do, add value. And during these challenges, there are always opportunities to find solutions and to make things better. We just need to think different. And we need innovative people like you to elevate the whole industry and humanity. And that's what we're all here about to do.